So welcome to Earl Hill Studios today. Get our next project underway. So I found this an old client who was hoping to get it restored, but didn't want to pay any serious money to have it restored. As you can see, it's all gone a bit black with probably hasn't been resealed for some time. Tells me it's about a 30-year-old piece of Redgum. It's a big live edge coffee table, so it's got a bit of shape into it. I'm sure someone will like it. The legs here pretty well shot. Everything else is warped and buckled, so I don't know, I might have to rip it down the middle and then slab flatten it. Maybe might be able to get it through the thickness, so we'll see. But anyway, that's our next task here at Earl Hill Studios. So another aspect of all this recycled secondhand timber is looking out for nails, screws, bullets, anything that might turn up there. So you can see there's a nail in there. So we just have to dig it out. The last thing you want is that crap going on your saw blade or your router blade. Being a screw, we should be able to just get a grip on it, get a couple of turns on it, we should be okay. It's another time-consuming job when you're getting involved in this sort of thing. I'll have to go and get some pointy nose pliers, but you get my drift. There's several more of these. Okay, so I'm set up a laser level here just to get a bit of an idea of how warped this piece is. If I just walk past there, you can see that's true and level, that laser line. Now to mill that slab off to perfectly level again as we want it, we're just going to lose too much material. If we take a slab flattening to that, just nothing left. So, yes, we'll just have to figure that out. I even have to cut, maybe I don't know, cut it into thirds and re-glue it. Big call. I think really we've got to take somewhere off down through here as one first initial cut and just see where that ends up. Just rocking around like crazy. Alright, so we've made our cuts. This board's not too bad, not much of a wobble there, not much wall skitch. This one here, as you can see, it's still got a bit of wobble there. I'll get a laser level on it later, but just for the purpose of getting this one down. As you can see, there's quite a big whoopsie there, a bit of a boomerang. We'll try and get that out and save as much meat as we can on that timber, but we may have to yet cut another one out. We'll just see how we go. This one here's still got a bit of a wobble in it as well, and we might even have to sacrifice a bit of that as well. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see here our laser line. Just highlights where this how much we've got to chop out of this this piece here just to get it nice and flat. I think you'll find that. Take this one out. You can see the line through there, so we're going to have to cut. Probably have to cut around here. Make a right angle cut there to allow us to straighten that up a bit. It's not ideal, but that's all we can do, I think. So this is the eventual cuts that we had to make just to get everything nice and able to slab flat. So we just put everything through the thicknesser, lots of cuts. Took some time to get them all down, ended up at about 32 mil thick, which is not too bad for a tabletop. So we've got the old table there. We've planed it all back. As you can see, there's quite a bit of gnarly timber in there in that old Redgum. As I say, it's supposed to be 30, 40 years old, but that's as a piece of furniture, but that's when the client bought it, the old client bought it. So as you can see there, we've had to break this all up to get some nice level surface, so we're not going to use too much timber up in the levelling process. So I've got it down and finished around 32 mil thick, which is not too bad for, oh look at that, just real gnarly in there. All of that's going to have to be patched and repaired. The cuts aren't ideal, but so be it. That's what we've had to do to rescue this piece of timber. Cheers. We've over the last few days we've managed to get the big bow out of this piece of Redgum coffee table. To do that, we've had to break it up, break it down a little bit, and of course then we put it through the thicknesser and got everything nice and thick and got a finish on it now. It's a bit gnarly, so obviously you've seen in prior shots, particularly if you've been looking at Facebook. These are quite gnarly, so we're going to have to put some resin or something in there to fill them up, and just to get a nice alignment with the joint. So just we'll use these dominoes. So they're the ideal way to go these days. Save a lot of work. Yeah, so that'll give the alignment, some alignment and some integrity in the joint as well. So that's where we're up to. It's a lot of work to go yet, but that's why we do woodwork as a hobby. Thankfully, we're not trying to make any money. So I'll just run you through that process quickly. I won't show you the whole lot because there's a little bit of time involved. But basically, we just get our domino jointer, line it up with our marks. And that gives us kind of like either dowels on steroids or Type Bond 3 hasn't let me down yet. Okay, so they all go together just like that. One more up the end, that'll get it put together. And we'll see what we can do to bolster it all up a bit. A little bit of squeeze out there is good. That's a beautiful joint. So far so good. Just coming out there, the alignment is perfect because that's the beauty of the dominoes. Just give you that alignment so you don't have to worry. You know it's not going to kick up on you for any reason. Even while it's drying out, even while the glue's going off, it's pretty solid. Okay, so stage one of getting that, getting this put back together. All right, so we've got the first glue up done. Said we have to put this together in 3 stages, put it back together in 3 stages. We had to cut it down, obviously, to get it all nice and flat. Pretty happy with the joint just there. That's it's never going to be exact as the old grain was because we did have to shave a tiny bit off just to get it all nice, square and flush again. Got a bit of gnarly old timber in this end. Going to have to patch that up and bind all that, tie all that in somehow. We'll work that out. Won't be too hard. What else we got? So we've got the new joint, another joint, so we've got to put these end grain joints on. So I had to cut it, as you recall, we had to cut it down, rip it in half just to get that massive bow that we had in the middle there. I think I put a bit of a laser level on that just to show you. As you can see here as well, our joint line doesn't quite line up, so we're going to have to just trim a bit off there. That's because we had to take out a couple of mil each side of these just to get them all nice and square and flush. So as we talked about, I've just got to make this final cut here, where we've just had to reduce the width of the whole board just to make those nice those joints, rejoint all that. So I just get my track saw and merrily cut away so we can get a nice flush edge here, and in turn this piece here will be jointed here. So it's just got to get that all nice, square and everything else. So here goes. So there we are. That's the rationale. We take 3 or 4 passes through there just to get through Redgum. She's pretty tough stuff. Okay, so just got to get this joint together. So I'm going to drill these domino holes. Some people like to do both edges. I think I'd probably just do both edges when it's a butt joint with end grain. Ooh, beautiful. Straight in. That is a good sign. Look at that. Oh, that little bit of squeeze out there is just perfect. Perfect. If I don't say so myself. Some say you've got to be a perfectionist. The trouble with being a perfectionist, you've never got it right. So if you get 80–90% of what you're looking for, you've got to be pretty happy. I'll show you that joint close up there in a minute. And that's pretty damn good. Clamps to take up, because it's got a gnarly old edge, live edge. Just have to get these clamps to take up wherever they can. Still got a little gap there. Yeah, got a nice fix on that. Pretty damn good. The joint's pretty good. It's solid as, it is tight as, but it's just maybe a little bit over the top to rub in a bit of PVA paste with the finish, but I'm hoping the end result will be that. This is the bottom, by the way. Fill these voids. You might have to use that same method, only with a bit of epoxy resin. I might just use that dust just to try and colour match as much as possible. But I'm really happy with that. It's going to come up beautiful. All good. That's it for today. Tomorrow is another day. I think we'll start looking at the voids and work on that.